What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. If you guys remember, I did a story about a month ago about this young lady right here. She's from Missouri City. Her name is Imani Hughes. She was 12 years old when she was reported missing. This girl was gone for over a week, guys. Luckily, she was returned safely, or she wasn't returned safely. She was found miles away from her Missouri City home in a place called Columbus, Texas, or Columbia. I think it's Columbus, Texas. But it's like 40 miles away from where, she was picked up at. Now, if you guys remember the story, this girl in the middle of the night got up, left and went into a strange pickup truck and just left with a stranger. A lot of people were saying, hey, it was because she was on a social media act, which it was learned. And I'm going to show you something that popped up in my news feed today. And there was a little bit more information about what was going on with the situation. Now, she was caught with this dude right here. Now, this guy right here, I don't have his name up here on my board right now, but this is the guy that was caught with her. And this guy right here, I think they said he's 30 years old or 36 years old. He caught with a 12-year-old girl, tried to run on foot. With her being dropped off, with her being found at the right time, I think the timing was perfect because honestly, after I played this small news video, I don't think little Imani knew how much danger she was in. And she's lucky to be alive. Take a look at this.
So police are still searching for the man found in Columbus, Texas, with a missing 12-year-old girl last month. Sir Terrion Preston is now charged with felony smuggling. According to court documents, the girl had been posing as a 19-year-old on a dating app, asking guys to pick her up. When the child went missing in late February, investigators started tracking her tablet's location, which is how they found her in Columbus. According to court documents, Preston had picked her up from a McDonald's and gave her a ride, even though he knew she had been reported missing.
All right, guys, that little small video said a whole lot, and it answered a few questions that a lot of people had. Because if you guys remember, it seems like this story came and then it went. They showed the guy. I made videos. Looking at how he looked, I clowned it. You know what I'm saying? But this was a very dangerous situation and a scenario that a lot of young girls that run away, because I mean, you really take it as is. She ran away, basically. It's a fate that a lot of these young girls suffer, where they don't come home. This girl is very lucky to be alive, and she, in my opinion, needed ass beat. I'm just keeping it real. This is some hot in the butt shit. And I'm glad she got back with her family, but what's got to be said, got to be said. If my daughter did that, she'd still be recovering in ICU or something. I'm only messing around. But anyway, let's look at some of the stuff they said. It says she was tracked by her iPad, so they found her. By way of that, they had a vicinity area where she was. Because remember when we went back and we looked, they said the FBI was getting involved in stuff. I think the family knew more than what they were saying. And of course, they wouldn't say that to us, because I'm like, but these people, they don't seem too turned up, like the where, they're upset and like, a lot of people cry and stuff. And I kept that to myself. I didn't want to say nothing to discredit these folks. And then when the grandma spoke in that video, if you guys remember, the grandma said, now, Imani, my mom and pop-pop's here. Come on home. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to you. It seemed like they knew something. And evidently they did. The girl was tracked by an iPad, middle of the night, up and ran about the house, got in a strange car. This the kick. She was posing, and they say that it was tagged. So I'm hearing it in all these different articles. The dating app tag, whatever that is, says she posed as a 19-year-old asking guys to pick her up. Random dudes. Listen, you can look at this child and tell she is not 19. But she, in other things, she had lipstick on, she had her hair done, she posing with the camera. This is something we got to watch out for. That's why I tell you, go on your children's phones, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got personal rights and stuff like that, but they ain't got supreme rights when they live in your damn house. And it's you as a parent, it's your responsibility to put them in a stable environment for growth in their own development, you know, as individuals and socially as people out here in society. I think somebody wasn't really watching her, but then again, you know, everybody thinks they got good kids until some bad shit happens to them or they do some bad shit to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? This could be one of them situations where nobody's seen this coming. Or it could have been the situation where she was having problems in the house that nobody spoke about. A lot of times, young girls or guys or whatever, for that matter, want to leave the environment they're in. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. My thing is, she posed as a 19-year-old, and I don't know what her curiosity was out there in the world to where any stranger would do getting her out of where she was at. You understand what I'm saying? Third thing and final thing I'm going to touch up on this, and this is big to me. If you paid attention, he wasn't the guy she was with. If you pay attention to what they said, he wasn't the guy she was with. Say he picked her up at a McDonald's and was giving her a ride. So I don't know if she was standing out there asking random strangers for a ride, but he knew who she was. And then I guess when he picked her up and stopped at that gas station, that's when he got caught. Think about that. This guy knew you was missing as a child, 27 years old, and he got you in the car. He gave you a ride, and it wasn't to the police station. Then when they stopped him, he jumped out and tried to run on foot. This guy had an ulterior motive. This girl is lucky. She's lucky to be alive. Think about that. There are people out here right now that would take advantage of you and don't care about you being a kid. Especially when you jump up and put yourself in an adult's role, people will take advantage of you. Hell, they taking advantage of grown women out here. What you think? A little kid, your cuteness gonna stop somebody from taking your life? They don't think. A lot of these kids don't think out here. And the thing is funny, you can have the best parents in the world and still be a spoiled child and go out there and do some dirt. Seriously. She's lucky. Now, it said, I was looking at another article, it talked about this, the gas station he stopped at. This guy's a delivery driver for stores. So they knew who he was. They're like, yeah, he comes in here and makes deliveries in the store. So I don't know what he was delivering, but he was some type of driver for a delivery company that made deliveries around that town, so he was well known. It's embarrassing. They charged this guy with what? Felony smuggling. He's on the, I don't want to say he's on the run. They're looking for him now. Think about that. So when he got caught in the last month, he was released or got out of jail, maybe because all of this came to be where, hey, I just had her in the car. So he not even the guy in that pickup truck that came and picked her up from her house. Now, I don't know if they know if this person did, you know, it seems like this whole thing, it's not a lot being said out there in the public. She's brought home and they doing their own investigation and they're not really putting it out there in the news. You see that article was like 30 seconds long. This was a big story out here. A lot of people was worried. A lot of people, you know, was like, man, because I mean, a lot of stuff has been happening. And this right here could have went really, really bad for this young lady. And I hope she learns a lesson. I'm shocked. This guy is on the loose. They can't find him. She was posing as a 19-year-old woman, and you can look at her pictures and tell she's not. And this guy knew she was missing and didn't do the right thing. There's something to think about, man. I mean, it's a jungle out here for real, and it's full of predators that will prey on anybody, men, women, and children. And the faster we understand that, the better off we'll be. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Region channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Yeah. And one more thing I wanted to add, because I almost forgot this when I was I got sidetracked. I wonder if DCFS will get in, contact with them. Because remember when I was talking a little bit, a while back in the video, I was saying, the family seemed like, they weren't like as stressed and upset like most parents would be, being that a child got in a strange vehicle in the middle of the night and left. It makes me, wonder if Imani had a history of doing things like this. Maybe not as, leaving the home unannounced. Kids do that sometimes. That's one of the things you got to think about. Because I just was thinking about the situation with, the parents where like they didn't seem concerned. And then again, they had the iPad tracked. So I think that's one of the things. And I just wanted to add that in there before I got off of here. Another thing is, like I said, with DCFS, like, I don't know if they, if she had a history, like I said, she had a history, or it was problems within the home. And I'm not trying to put nothing on the family or nothing like this, but it's just strange that a girl at 12 years old would still be like, yo, ready to venture out amongst strangers, and you're coming at men. So, I mean, she know a little bit about, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. Then it's like, another thing is like, she's 12. How much freedom did this girl have? She had lipstick on. She's on social media unmonitored. I mean, not to call attention to it, but I mean, things like this have to be spoken about. Just because you got a sweet, darling little girl in the house don't mean they're not under the influence of being around fast-ass little girls or fast-ass kids, and they're getting all of this input in their head to where it sparks their curiosity to want to go out there and see what the world's about. We all went through that when we were younger. Everybody couldn't wait to be adult and have, adult freedoms. But it's adult responsibilities that come with that, and also adult dangers. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.